Guys, it's Meshell, and in this Valheim video, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know about the 4 crops that you can grow in-game, which are turnips, carrots, barley, and flax. I'll be showing you where to find all 4 of them, as well as what they are going to be used for in recipes and other stuff as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Before you begin, it is very important to point out that you will at least need to be at the bronze stage because you will have to have crafted yourself a cultivator. I've already gone ahead and crafted myself a cultivator. You need this in order to start growing some crops, so go ahead and craft that first. The other item that you need to craft is a cooking pot. Make sure that you're in range of a forge before you go ahead and place this down, and this is where you are going to be crafting and making all of your recipes, which give you both a stamina and a health boost. In addition, the final thing that you need to keep in mind is that in order for you to get the full benefit of growing flax and barley, you will need to have completed the 4th boss, which is the Moeder dragon, because you will have to have crafted yourself an artisan table, which is then going to be used to make the spinning wheel and the windmill. So you need to go ahead and do that first. Onto carrot seeds. You will find carrot seeds in the Black Forest. They look like these white little flowers, and they're quite easy to come across. When you go ahead up to it and pick it up, you'll notice that you pick up 3 seeds. I was lucky and found 2 plants right next to each other. You need those carrot seeds in order for you to grow carrots, so make sure that you save up as many of those as possible. And again, you find that in the Black Forest. You will find turnip seeds in the swamp biome. These are incredibly rare, so when you happen to find them, go ahead and pick them up. They look like little yellow flowers, and when you do pick them up, they will give you 3 turnip seeds, which you can then grow into turnips. In order for you to find flax and barley, you're going to have to go to the plains biome. If you're by yourself, this is going to be incredibly difficult because you have to defeat goblin camps because they will be growing either barley or flax at their goblin camp, and they will only be growing one at a time. In this camp itself, I happen to be finding barley here, and this is what it looks like. They have these little plots where they are growing different crops, and you need to go ahead and pick that up. And when you do pick up barley, you will notice that you get 2 off of 1 plant. So go ahead and pick up all of the barley or the flax, whatever it is that you find. You're going to have to do 2 camps though, because they will only grow 1 at one particular camp. And this is what flax looks like. Again, you're going to have to defeat probably several goblin camps in order for you to find both barley and flax, but when you do pick up flax, it's just like the other plant where you pick it up and it gives you 2 in return. So make sure that you pick up all the flax that you can. Once you have all of your seeds as well as your flax and barley, go back to your base and let's start growing these. You'll notice that my cultivator is on my hotbar on the 7th slot, and what you need to do is cultivate the ground first. So you pull out your cultivator, you'll hold down right mouse button, and you'll see an option where it says cultivate. You need to click on that, and you will see that you have this little icon, and you just left mouse button to cultivate the ground. And this will allow you to grow your crops, your vegetables, what have you. With your cultivator active, hold down right mouse button, and I selected turnips here because I'm going to be growing turnips from turnip seeds. And I'm placing them down pretty far apart from each other. Now I'm going to go ahead and plant the carrots. And you can see that there's actually another option for seeds themselves, but for right now we just have the option to plant the vegetables. So I'm placing down my 3 carrots right here from the 3 carrot seeds that we got from the Black Forest, and now it's time for barley and flax. But there's a problem. If you notice up in the top right hand corner, I am in the meadows biome, and I'm going to tell you this right now. You cannot grow flax, nor can you grow barley in the meadows biome or any other biome except for the plains. And you can see that it says can't grow in this environment. That means it will never grow in this environment, so you have to grow these 2 in the plains at least. It's also important to point out that when you hover over your carrots or your turnips, it will say healthy, because we've placed them in the correct biome as well as spacing them apart from each other that is a good distance. I mentioned that you need to place your plants a little bit further away from each other because they need room to grow. So when you place them down really close to each other, like what I've done here, you will notice that these healthy turnips turn into unhealthy turnips because they need more room to grow. So make sure that you're placing yours down with a bit of distance from each other. So I mentioned that you need to grow barley and flax in the plains biome. We've built this little structure here with a moat all the way around it because the plains biome can be pretty deadly because there are goblins and everything else that wants to kill you. Death skeetos, and if you get in range, locks. So we built this little trench all the way around and then cultivated ourselves some land here so that we could grow the barley and flax because you can only grow those here. And you can see how much I've grabbed from the goblin camps. To grow these, again, you pull out your cultivator, hold down right mouse button, and select whatever it is that you want to grow. I'm going to grow barley first, and again, make sure that you space them further away from each other. One thing to point out too is that when you are planting anything with the cultivator, you will notice that your stamina bar will drain as well too. Not that it's important, but I like to have high stamina when I happen to be growing a lot of different things. So here, I'm going to go ahead and start growing my flax, and I'm just moving from left to right to place these down. And when this is all said and done, I am going to have double of what I have planted because each one yields 2. And you can see that each one of them are healthy as well too, so you know that you've placed them far enough from each other. This is what the flax and the barley look in the maturing process. You cannot harvest them just yet because they're still maturing, but they look really pretty, especially with that blue flower on top. And this is what it looks like when the turnips and the carrots are maturing. And keep in mind that we cannot harvest them just yet until they are ready. Once your carrots and your turnips have finally grown, you can go up to them and press E to pick up. So go ahead and pick up all those, and you should actually learn some recipes. But here's the thing, I've already picked up turnips and carrots, so I already have the recipe learned. But if you're new to picking it up, you will notice that you learn 2 recipes, carrot soup as well as turnip stew as well. So now what you need to do is you have 2 options. You can waste all of those crops that you just grew into recipes, and then you have no way of getting any more crops, or you can take those 3 turnips and those 3 carrots and convert them into seeds again. So this is what I would highly recommend to all of you. Take those 3 crops that you just got from the 3 seeds that you found and turn them back into seeds. And what's going to happen is you get 3 seeds off of each plant. So that's 369 turnip seeds that we'll get, and 369 carrot seeds that we will get. So make sure that you plant those back so that you can keep this process going of having both crops and seeds. And just to show you, this is our own personal box, and we like to keep at least 50 turnip seeds and 50 carrot seeds at all times on us. After you've grown your turnip and the carrot into the seeds, you will notice that they look like the plants that you found in the open world, with the yellow flower and the white flower. Go ahead and pick those up, and you're going to notice that you get more seeds that you can use to plant even more of those crops. And again, when we planted 3 plants, we got 9 seeds, because each plant gives you 3 seeds. 3, 6, 9. And the same thing can be done with the barley and the flax once they have fully matured. Go ahead and pick up all the barley and all the flax, but here's the thing. Do not use all of your barley or your flax for the different things that you need it for. You always need to leave a stockpile left behind at your farm so that you can keep growing this material. Never run out of it, because you have no way of growing it back unless you go in the open world and find it again. So I'm picking up all the flax, and once this is all said and done, I am going to have double of what I had before. So 36 of the barley and 40 of the flax, because I start off with 20 flax and I start off with 18 of the barley. So now I'm double. And here's our stockpile of the barley and the flax that we leave at the farm. This is stuff that we do not use in recipes. We keep this here so that we can keep regrowing this material. Now, onto flax and what it's used for. For this, you will need to have defeated the dragon Moeder boss, which will drop you dragon tears. This is what you use to craft an artisan table. Place it down, and you will learn new recipes for a spinning wheel and other items. Go ahead and craft and place down your spinning wheel in range of the artisan table. Then grab the flax that you grew and place it in the side on the spinning wheel, and you'll notice that it can hold up to 40 slots. Now, here's the thing. Why do we need to do this? Well, flax gets converted into linen thread, and you absolutely need linen thread because it is used in the recipes to create your black metal weapons and black metal armor. I already have black metal weapons and armor, so when I pick up this linen thread, I'm not going to learn anything new. because I've already picked it up before. But you're going to need an absolute load of this linen thread to craft those items. And again, you get the black metal from killing goblins, so make sure that you're saving that up and saving up your linen thread as well too. Now onto barley and what barley is used for. First off, I'm going to go ahead and place down an artisan table. And again, you need to have an artisan table in range of the windmill when you place it. But I already have the windmill placed, so I actually don't need the artisan table, but I'm just showing you that you have to place it down first in order to place your windmill. So once your windmill is placed, you have that barley, and the barley is going to be used to create flour that you guys saw there. So grab yourself some barley, and in the back of the windmill, go ahead and place that in there. And the windmill can hold up to 50 slots of barley. Barley is then going to be converted into flour, and flour is what you need in the recipes. You get some really good recipes out of flour. Now you will notice as well too that the windmill is spinning. There are times in the game when you have stronger wind. That means that the barley is going to be converted faster if the wind is stronger. So if you're like me and the wind isn't strong, it's going to take a very long time for the process to transition from barley to flour. So I'm just going to wait until I get at least one piece, and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so the windmill is spinning and one has processed, so I'm just going to click E on this to show you that you pick up flour from the windmill after it has finished. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rest of this flour as well too, and I'm going to show you the recipes. A tip for you guys as well too with the windmill and the linen thread, you can actually go to sleep and it will produce a lot of it overnight for you, so that's a little cool trick that I figured out as well. Now let's go to the cooking pot, access the cauldron, and you should have learned a ton of different stuff. And keep in mind, the thing that you want to notice is the health and the stamina, and the healing as well too. Bread does 40 health, 70 stam with 2 tick. Carrot soup is 20 health, 60 stamina with 2 HP a tick. Turnip stew is 50 health, 50 stamina with 2 HP a tick. And you can see the different recipes that you will need in each one. Bread only takes flour, but other things will require multiple stuff. Blood pudding is really good with 90 health, 50 stamina, but you need blood bags from killing leeches in the swamp, and flour, as well as other stuff too. Barley, wine-based fire resistant. You need regular barley to craft that, but that's pretty good to have. Fish wraps are good too, with 60 health and 60 stamina with 4 HP a tick, and the duration is a lot longer on that too. Lox meat pie is one of the best, with a lot of health, a lot of stamina, and a lot of HP per tick, which is 4. And yeah, that's pretty much the recipes right there. And again, here are the recipes crafted up too. There are other recipes I haven't discussed either, like serpent stew, but again, that's a completely different thing. You don't grow serpent stew. You have to actually catch serpents to get that stew made up. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the crops and what they're used for in Valheim. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more notifications of when I upload next. Thank you very much for your support, and I'll see you next time.